know I am. I just love that we're going to have this class. It's so beautiful, bright, and it just makes me happy.
So what's the name of this class? Music Note Frame Cards.
Absolutely, and we are going to be making 3 of the cards, and if you got the add-on, then you get that as your homework. How exciting, right, Jackie?
Yeah, so you have the possibility of making 6 cards today. We're featuring this beautiful ombre effect. We're going to show you how to color that. But before we get started, let's kind of go through some of the supplies you need to have out on your craft table.
Absolutely. So you are going to need a paper trimmer, and we're going to do that right off the bat. So grab your favorite paper trimmer. We're also going to need some adhesive, scissors, and my favorite, the Krazy Kreations tweezers.
And then you need alcohol markers. Did you mention that?
I didn't mention that. And do you want to go ahead and give the colors?
Okay, so there are quite a few colors, but basically you need 3 to 4 colors for each card, and it's like dark to light yellow, dark to light orange, dark to light red.
Right.
So
specifically, it's on the
kit. So you need your class kit. So all the markers are listed on here.
Yes, so as long as what Jackie's saying, you need to start with kind of for the yellow one, an orange to a dark yellow to a light yellow to a blender pen, which is no color. For the red, you need a very dark brownish red. Then you need your dark red, your light red, and then the blender. And for the orange, I believe we're starting with the dark red, going to the dark orange, light orange, and the blender. So we've listed them specifically for the Rite Art marker on your kit. And by the way, I didn't say you better have your kit, otherwise you won't get very far. And then we're going to get ready to get started. So before we go any further, if you're new, welcome. My name is Kara.
And my name is Jackie.
And we are the Crazy Ladies and Mother and Daughter team here at Krazy Kreations. So welcome, and welcome to all of you who are taking our class.
And we're going to make such beautiful cards today. Let us know in the comments below if you're here, where you're from, and if you're so excited for class.
Absolutely. So I think having said that, we're going to get started. We'll give you a minute or so to gather your supplies, get your coffee set up, and then when we come back, we're going to start in on the cards.
So while you're gathering all your supplies, let's just talk about how beautiful these are and show them off a little bit.
Okay.
So here we see the cards we're making today. Now this is the ombre effect we were talking about, so we're going from dark to light in the corners.
Yes, this coloring is just spectacular. So what I love about this class is not only are you going to get 3 just beautiful cards, this coloring, you're going to get all that technique, which I think you can use in so many different ways, but particularly when we have an outline sticker image that's a square, circle, or something like that, right?
Yes, and these are going to be so easy to cut out because they are in a frame.
What a great way. Even a mandala could be done this way. I mean, it's a great technique, but I just love these cards because we just need to have that happiness right now.
And these are definitely happy. They're kind of a rainbow theme.
Okay, so these are what the end product is going to be. We have the yellow, orange, and red. So now let's look at our kit, okay? So you got this wonderful kit, and it's time to take everything out if you haven't already done so. And one of the things that you should definitely do at this point is go ahead and take your stickers out of the wrapping, right?
Yes, so a lot of newbies don't know that you actually have to remove your sticker from the packaging.
Yes, you cannot peel through the plastic. It's just not a doable thing. All right, then the next thing I'd like you to do is kind of separate all of your card stock so it's all together. And you should have just all the paper in one pile. Let's put that aside because we're going to start with that. Now we also have these cards and envelopes in here. They're in a separate pack. we're really not going to use this yet. When you make the base or guts of your card, you can then fold the pre-scored card and put that right on there, and then you have a wonderful card. Right, Jackie?
Right, that makes it so easy.
Okay. Then also included in here are my stickers, which I've already taken out of the pack. I have the musical notes, the sentiment, and these beautiful mini holographic dots. So those are going to be great for embellishments. This is our main focus. And of course, we want a sentiment, right? So we're going to put that aside also for right now. And then, of course, we have our glitter paper. This is the Krazy Kreations handmade glitter paper. And yes, it's going to fit all the musical notes on here. And it's just lovely, isn't it?
And it's handmade, but I'll go in a little more detail about that later.
Okay, so we're also going to put that aside for now. So we are going to start with our paper, but if at any time you feel we're going a little fast or you missed out on something, the colors are right here of the card. You have 3 beautiful pictures of each one, and over here are the dimensions of the cuts on the paper. So you never fear, we have covered the information, and I'm sure you can follow along. If you miss a cut, just look right here. Also at the top, we give you the general instructions how to color, but during the class, we're going to show you exactly how we got these tones, right?
And the best thing about being here live with me and Kara is that you can ask us questions in the comments of the video, and we'll read them and answer them during the class.
Absolutely. So the class should take anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half. Sit down, get comfortable, and we're going to get started.
Sounds good.
Okay, so I'm going to give you those instructions, all right? So here we have all of our cardstock and pattern paper, and we're going to have to go ahead and do a few cuts. So the first thing is we have 3 of these black cardstocks that are cut at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I'm happy to say that we have to do absolutely no cutting on these, and these are the guts or the main part that will go on those pre-scored envelopes because they're the same exact dimension, right?
Pre-scored cards.
What'd I say?
Envelopes.
Oh, well, you could put it on your envelope, but it wouldn't work very well as a card, right?
Right, we know what you mean.
Okay, thank you. So this is all cut, nothing to do. Yay, let's hear it for that. All right, these right here, one side are lines of the orange, red, and yellow. The other side has the dots. So you're welcome to use whichever side you want. These are cut 4 by 4, which are what the instructions call for. So guess what? No
we don't
cutting.
have to cut those either.
Yay. So that leaves us with these things right here. So we have a white cardstock, and we are going to start with that. Okay, so let me get my cutter. Now, any cutter will do, right, Jackie? You don't have to have the one I have. I just happen to like this Whisker one because it's for card makers. And if you're not familiar, I like it because it's 6 inches across, and it goes, I believe, 8 or 9 inches down. And I just find it easy for when I'm making cards. But you can use any one you want. Now the instructions call for 3 pieces of white, all the same size. So they want to be 4 inches. So I'm just going to cut this part right here at 4. So I went up to 4. And I'm going to turn it around. And we need to have 1 1/4. Okay, so here's the 1 1/4. 3 times. Got that, Jackie?
Yep, 3 times. So 4 inches by 1 1/4 inches.
Right. So 1, 2, and now the thing about live is I have the same exact kit you do. So any problems will be my problems. Okay, so we're not going to go there, right?
No problems today.
All right, so we have 3 of these, and these will eventually be for our sentiments. So we're going to put that on our pile of done. Okay, I'm going to move that over there. All right, next up, we have a black piece of cardstock in here, which is currently at 6 by 6, and we need to cut 3 pieces 3 by 3. So I'm going to go to the 3-inch mark here, and it doesn't matter which way, right?
Doesn't matter because this is basically getting cut into quarters.
Right, so here's my 3 again. And this looks like it's going to go onto the color cardstock. So I'm going to cut that. I'm actually going to get 4 squares, but I'll be using 3.
Now, cutting or trimming the paper is usually the hardest part of the whole card, but this has been a breeze.
It has been a breeze, hasn't it? Now, we also gave you plenty extra cardstock in here from Authentique. So, in case any of you didn't know, I'm going to give you a little fact. Authentique totally is moving their headquarters from one state to another. So they kind of prepped all of our needs. Can you believe this? 6 months ahead. So that's why we have all this paper. So we just love that we could share it with you, right?
Right, and their designs are absolutely beautiful. The cardstock is nice and thick, and it's all double-sided.
Yes, so you can use either side that you want. You can use all 3 or just stick with one of the patterns because we're going to cut 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. So in my sample, I used 3 different ones, so I'm going to do that. So I'm going to go to 2 3/4 by 2 3/4.
Now, because we're cutting these into squares that are 2 3/4 both ways, the direction of the pattern really doesn't matter.
Absolutely. I'm glad you said that because that is so true. And sometimes you do have to watch that way, but this way you don't. So I did one. Now I'm doing my second one at 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. I just love this paper, don't you?
It's very elegant. I love it. And
Yeah.
it's versatile. You can use it with any color scheme.
I know, I just love it. And I like how thick it is. It's very easy to cut. You know, it's not a thin paper, you know,
Right.
that peels. I don't like those ones that peel. Okay, so there we are. So now that we've done all that, guess what? We're done with the cutting and we can now retire our cutter.
Woohoo!
All right. Okay, so all of these right here are what we need, and the next step of the class is to put all the guts together. Are we up for that?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay. All right, so let's do one at a time, and then we will be repeating. Does that sound good?
Yes.
All right, so we'll do the yellow. Let's go ahead and put our sample right here. Can we get this out of the way? Okay. All right, so I'm going to put these side by side. So this is what we want to end up with. So the first thing we're going to do is grab our adhesive, and you can see how this is going to fit right up here at the top, and we're going to leave matting on the side and the top, okay? So I want the dots. You could indeed use the stripes if you're a stripe person, right?
Yes, so it's up to you. Use your creativity. You can make them your own.
Absolutely, but I'm going to go with the dots, and I'll tell you why. Sometimes when I have the stripes, I'm not all that straight, and it becomes obvious. Does that happen to you?
Yeah, it does. And that's my pet peeve when I craft. I need my paper to be cut straight.
All right. Okay. Now, I will tell you we are using this. Do you want to talk about this?
Yes, so this is one of the Tombow Mono Dot Adhesive Rollers. It's our favorite adhesive for assembling our cards, so we use it on cardstock, and we do have it available on our website.
Okay, perfect. I like it because if I did make a mistake, I could kind of have an opportunity to pick it up. Now, this is that white paper that we cut, and it's going to go down here on the bottom, also leaving the matting. Now, if you want, and you just, want a little bit more even around, you can leave a seam here because you could see that's going to be covered, right?
Right.
Now, with the white cardstock, it doesn't matter what side. They're both the same. In case you weren't sure and you're new, it doesn't matter, right?
But, sometimes as a crafter, I get one of my sides dirty, so I'm glad that the other side is the same.
Yeah, right. Okay, so now that we've done that, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do this at the top. So what it looks like, and I don't know if you do this, let me know if you're like me. I like to lay it out before I put it down, because I like to see how it's going to look. So basically, this is what I'm going for. I'm putting the black down, and then I'm going to put this kind of in a diamond. Would you agree?
Yes.
All right, so now it's time to lay that down. So we're going to take our black and put that kind of in the middle. I don't think it has to be perfect, do you?
No, cards are never perfect, but the recipient never knows that.
Okay, so there's that. I know with this glitter, it always looks nice. And you can put it any way you want, but I just kind of put mine in the middle. And now I'm going to kind of just put this as a diamond. I'm going to go toward the top, though. Up here, I want it to touch because I want that scallop down there. I think maybe over just a little. What do you think? I think that's looking almost perfect. All right, there we go. That was pretty easy.
Super easy. So now we're going to do that 2 more times, right?
Yes, let's go ahead and do that because then we'll hit our stickers for the rest of the stuff. So 2 more times. I think we call that rinse and repeat. I'm going to be working right here so you can watch what I do or go at your own pace.
And if you're just joining us, you can always write a little hello in the comments. If you have any questions, we're here for you. We're yours for the next hour.
Hour or so, yes. Okay, so I'm just putting my orange there in case you want to follow along. I'm going to orange next. And we're going to do the same exact thing. Now look at that, I'm almost out of the tape.
Good thing we have refills.
Yeah, it is.
I think everyone is concentrating right now, including you.
Including me, I am. I'm actually lost in the crafting world. I think it feels good. So Jackie's going to be your teacher today on the coloring world.
Yeah, so if you didn't know, sometimes we say this in our videos, but Kara does all the card designs, and then I come in and help. I'd say about 70% of the time and help her color the images.
Yep, that's true, you do. Whoopsie, and this is what happens when you run out, and I'm going to tell you how easy it is to just refill. This part goes away, this part comes in, and you just simply put it on, right?
Super easy.
Except for today. I don't know what happened here. Oh, there it goes. All right, so perfect. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to center this. So I'm on the black, and I just love how easy this is, and it's nice when it's all cut and ready to go. How many of you make, like, do 3 cards at a time? Do any of you do that, or are you a 1-by-1 person?
I'm a 1-by-1 person, but this is why the classes are nice, because you can get a lot of cards done in a small amount of time. And if you're just joining us, don't forget you have that wonderful instruction sheet to help you catch up. All the card cut dimensions for the papers are right down here. So we're just assembling our cards right now.
Yes, and I just wanted to show here the stripes went that way on the paper, and I'm going to be a little different and have the stripes go this way, okay?
All right.
In case anybody questioned me, I wanted to point that out. All right, now we have our red. That is our last one. So together we're taking our black. We're going to find our red dot paper, which was pre-cut for us, right?
Right.
We're going to put that on. Now, is this kit still available if you want to make more?
Yes, so if you want more, we do have the class kit available, but not the one with the add-on kit.
All right, so the one that I'm working on right now, that makes 3 cards.
Yes.
Okay. That looks a little low, so I'm going to tell you why I like this Tombow. See, I could move it.
But you know, as the Tombow dries, it actually becomes more permanent.
Yes, it does. I don't know why. Why is it the last one I'm just not happy? There we go. See, I'm giving you all time at home. Keep it up, Kara.
So you asked our class if they make one card at a time or they do a bunch. Carolyn does it both ways, and Suzanne does one by one like I do.
Yeah, it's hard, huh? I think once you have a design you like, you can go like fast, don't you?
Yeah.
I think it's getting the initial design.
So I have an idea. Maybe I can see if the class likes my idea before I do it.
Oh, okay.
So I was thinking of offering a freebie on our website if you join up for our email list. And I was thinking maybe we should do like, if you sign up for the email list, you get 10 card sketches.
Oh, I know I'd like card sketches.
So let me know if you like that idea. That way you have a design for your card and you can alter it depending on your theme of your card.
Well, I must say I really love this paper.
Me too.
I'm very, very happy with it. So I've now put together all of my guts here. And again, when you're ready, you fold your pre-scored card and this black part fits exactly, right, Jackie?
Right.
Okay, so hopefully everyone is kind of caught up. This is what it should look like. And now we're going to go on to the bottom here of where the sentiment and that scallop is.
Yeah, so for reference, this is the scallop and the sentiment.
Yes. So in order to find the scallop, because we didn't get any border stickers, it's actually right here on your musical note. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and peel that. Now, this is a very long sticker, so actually one will do two. Okay, so that's why you have 2 rows, but one will do 2. However, what I want to point out to you is in the middle here of the scallop is a diamond. So if you'd like to use the diamond and not the scallop, you can also do that. There are actually 3 borders here.
Okay.
I didn't know if anybody knew that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead, take my scallop, and I'm going to start right here and go across the seam and then trim.
Make sure you press down as you go across the seam so that you know your sticker is really stuck down.
I have to say, look how beautiful and finished this looks. Isn't that nice?
It is stunning. And so just another hint for you people out there. We are going to put our holographic borders on the website soon, and we have the same border in silver and gold, I think.
Yes, I absolutely love this one. So, all right, I'm going to keep going along, and this is my half piece. And if it wasn't big enough, you could piece it together, right?
Yeah, so if you have to put 2 of them together, the seam of the sticker won't show.
But look how perfect that was. I guess I just have a little bit to trim off. Isn't that great?
It is great. So I'm looking at our comments right now, and our class loves that sketch idea. So
oh, really?
I need to ask you to make those.
Oh, Jackie, why do I have to do that?
And if you already signed up for our emails, we'll find a way you can get those too. Don't worry.
Okay, do you guys think it's fair that Jackie's idea becomes Kara's duty to do?
But she's the card designer, so I think it's perfect.
Oh, Jackie, this mother-daughter thing, I think you take privileges. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and grab my last scallop, and I'm going to put that on. I just love the looks of this card.
It's simple, but it's stunning.
Yes, and I have to say, adding this scallop to me is just really important. These border stickers, people just don't get. Maybe you do because you're our crazy people, but they add so much, you know?
Yeah.
All right. There we go. Now this extra piece here I'm going to put back onto my sticker because maybe I want to use it somewhere else. And you can now really see that diamond that I was talking about. So that's a whole nother opportunity, right?
That's like your bonus border.
Yeah. I have to say, I really like having the borders in black. So I know we're going to be bringing in a lot more black because I like the holographic, but I really like the black. But did you know if you want a black holographic, all you have to do is alter it with your black alcohol ink marker. So if you have a silver or a gold, just color it and it's this beautiful mirrored black.
Yeah, it's like a blingy black.
I know, I love it. Okay, so now it's time to go to the sentiment, and if we look, it really looks like we're starting all of our sentiments way over on the right side. So let's go to that sticker sheet, and I'm going to let you talk about that for a minute.
About the sentiment sheet?
Yeah.
Okay, so this one is our thank you lines mini. So we actually have birthday and sweet words and congrats also available in the store. But the nice thing about these little mini sheets is you get a lot of sentiments on a small little sheet. The letters are all connected by a line. So that makes it really nice if you want your word to be nice and straight, like I do.
Right. So one little trick, though, to keep them straight, and I didn't have you bring this, but one thing that I do like to do is a lot of times I find myself making a pencil mark because I'm not always good about straight.
Now, you can go ahead and peel the word off straight from the sheet, or you can weed the background of the sheet. Should we do that?
Yes, I'll let you do that. That's your favorite thing to do.
All right. So when I say weeding, what I mean is removing the background, so it's easier to peel these off the sheet. So you just kind of grab the corner of the sticker and bend it down, and we're just trying to take off that black piece in the background. So you might want to wiggle that corner, and there's mine, and then slowly take off that big background piece.
Now this becomes garbage, right?
Garbage.
Garbage, okay. All right, so now, like Jackie said, you can really see what's going on here. And I'm going to start with this yellow. And it says so thoughtful. So you can use any word you want. But again, we're doing thank you cards. And each of these are thank you sentiments. So I like so thoughtful. What do you think?
Okay, that works.
All right.
Have any of you sent out your holiday thank yous yet? Because sadly I haven't.
Well, I have to say I've received some.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I think it's nice.
Then I'm late.
Okay, so here it is, all one piece like Jackie had said, because it's all on this line. I like to use my little tweezers for this and kind of put it in the middle. I am going to have to put this a little bit to the side, so hopefully you can see me this way. But I like to kind of do this, and I want that end to be kind of on the end of the card because it's so long.
And if your tails are a little too long, you can always trim them.
Now see here, I didn't quite go as straight as I wanted. There, now that looks good. What do you think?
Looks good. And then when you like where it is, don't forget, just take your finger and press it down.
Okay, so we got so thoughtful. How did everyone out there do? Give me a thumbs up if you're doing good.
Okay, so I have to read this comment from Polly. Yes, I think it's great for the daughter to have the idea and the mother does the work.
Polly, you're supposed to be in my corner, or are you being sarcastic? Because Jackie does that to me all the time. She thinks she's...
That's my job.
Yeah, she thinks she's the boss. Ha ha.
That I was trained to think like that.
Oh, good one. Okay, we are truly a team here, Jackie and I, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, here's the next one. So this one says thank you. And I noticed that I put a little, what do you call this? I'm not a musical. Do you remember what the name of that sign is?
I don't know the name of that because the last music class I took was like in elementary school.
Oh, really? Was it your recorder?
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh.
So if you know the name of that little symbol, can you let us know in the comments, please?
I think it starts with an A, like Ampru something. I don't know what it is. All right, so here's my thank you. That's the one that's going on here. And I'm just going to leave a little bit of room for that. Okay.
So the nice thing about our stickers is you can move them all the way up until you press them down.
Yes, I love that.
Ah, okay. It's called a treble.
Oh, a treble.
Thank you, Tabitha.
Thank you. All right, so there's thank you. Thank you, Tabitha. Thank you. Okay. And now we have one more, right?
Yes.
And that one just says clear. Thanks. I love that. So
short and sweet. Thanks.
Yep. Now, I noticed on here there's hearts and butterflies, so you have other things you could actually put on, right?
Oh, yeah. So you've got little accent pieces.
Now, in this case, do you see how the inside of my K came over? I'll try to, I don't know if you could see that, but the inside came over. So I'm going to keep it like that till I put it down, and then I'm going to pick it out once I get my sticker down, because doing it in air doesn't really help, does it?
No, always stick it down, and then you can pick out the little pieces. And actually, Dawn is saying treble clef, so we had half of it. Treble clef.
Okay, all right. Okay, so I have this down, and then I have that inside of the K that just wants to be there. So I took my nice little tweezers and got rid of that, because when you have a paper or something behind, makes it a lot easier. Okay.
All right, so our sentiments are down. So now what are we doing?
Well, we have to continue.
Okay.
We're not quite done. All right. Is everybody out there done? I thought that was easy. So we are done with this sticker sheet, so you can put it aside, okay?
And look how many extra you had on there.
I know, lots. So I think that's really nice. Okay, so right here inside this sticker, are you going to weed, or can we just pick it up?
I think just peel it up.
Okay, so inside each of these boxes here is the just a note, okay? So does everyone see those? So we're going to go in, and I'm on my red one, and I'm just going to kind of go for the E and pick it up, and there it is, the word note. I don't know if we need to zoom in or not. I'm going to put that right here. And again, the inside of the E hung out, so I'm going to just get it all the way down, then I'll go back, okay?
Okay.
Now I'm going to do the word just. I'll tell you, I don't know what I would do without these tweezers.
They really come in handy, and even with that flower shaping video we did, they have so many different uses.
Yeah, if you didn't see our technique of the week, I'm going in for the A now, Jackie.
Okay.
It was really fun with that flower, and the colors are stunning. Okay, so just a note. Now, I like how I have that, so I'm going to press it down, but then it's time to go in and get rid of these little tiny pieces here. So there's that A, here's the S.
And that really gives your little font more definition.
Yeah. You want to make sure that goes out. There it is. All right. I feel like I'm playing Operation when I do that. Do you remember that game?
Yeah, I was not good at it.
Okay. So there's just a note. And then to keep adding to the rest so that we're done with this, we have the, what's it called?
Treble clef.
Treble clef. And then a couple of these little musical notes. So these are here on the side by the border, okay? So here's this nice big one. I'm going to put it right here. Doesn't that just make it?
It does. It adds it's the littlest things that make your card look so elegant.
I just love it. I can't really wait till we color. But this card is, I think it's one of my absolute favorites. Okay. Wasn't that easy? So this one is now done, except for the colored image. Oh, and our little jewels. Should we do the jewels?
Sure.
So while we're here, let's go ahead, finish this card out. So we have our mini dots. Now, if you ever feel inclined to alter these, you can color on them with an alcohol ink marker. We're going to go ahead and do that weeding that Jackie likes to do, because honestly, it's a lot easier to pick up the jewels, okay? And I have a little tip is I have put a little baby powder or embossing powder on the back and use this as a grid with our new acrylic paints, which we'll be doing more projects. and it gives that really pretty polka dot kind of grid.
Yeah, and I think it's really important to weed with the holographics because otherwise you might go a little cross-eyed.
Yes. So I like the silver, but if I wanted this to be red or something, I could just color the top of that. But I like silver. What do you think?
Yes, so silver's really gonna pop on these colors.
So it looks like we have 3 in a row right up here.
And we're so glad that you're enjoying these classes.
Yes, we have so many more classes coming up. I can't keep up with all the design. I need to take a week off just for that. But Jackie won't let me because, you know, she's the boss, right, Polly? I'm giving Polly a bad time.
And Jackie a bad time.
There's those 3. Doesn't that look stunning right here?
Yes.
And then we're going to put 3 right down here, okay? Does it matter which 3 you put, Jackie?
Yes, it really does. I'm just kidding.
Oh, really? All these dots are the same size, right?
They're all the same.
So I had a customer ask us for a sticker today, which I thought was interesting. We should see how many people would like it. They are really into trees and would like us to carry trees, but in all different sizes.
What kind of trees?
Like evergreen trees.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, isn't that a nice idea?
We do have those fir trees.
Yeah, but I think different sizes,
okay.
Like up and down type thing. But I think more background would be nice. Okay, now that we did this, we're going to give you all a couple minutes to go ahead, finish out each card because our goal is to have finished cards. Now we may leave you to do some coloring, cutting out those images, but we're going to be done with the guts, right?
Yes, and then all we'll have to do is color. That's the best part.
I know. So I'm going to work. You can work alongside me, but your job is to finish out the orange and the yellow, okay? All right, so here's my orange. Excuse my hand. Jackie's not helping. There we go. All right, what are we looking for, Jackie?
We're looking for the just a note.
Oh, you're right. I was going to skip that and go right to that. Darn it. Okay, good thing you're following along. All right.
And remember that just a note is on the musical notes outline sticker sheet.
Yes, that's true. I just love, even though they're smaller, how nice they come up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. I like this. I like everything about these. I like the font. I like the layout. And I have to say that I really do prefer these stickers for a sentiment over the alternative, which is a stamp.
Yeah, I'm not a good stamper. I can't even think of the last time I've used a stamp.
But these are just so much bolder, and then they have that shiny finish.
Yeah. I guess you can emboss your stamp, right?
You could. It's so much harder, though.
I agree. I'm just trying to be fair. I'm with you, though. Okay, I'm getting the inside of my S and my A. And basically, I just go in and kind of push it to the side, then pick up the excess with my tweezer. Is that what you do?
Yeah, that's what I do.
All right, so now I'm looking for these.
The treble clef.
Yeah, now that you know that, huh?
Gotta learn something every day.
I'm having a hard time just getting under. There we go.
Okay, our class really likes the idea of the trees.
Yeah, I think some background things so we can make scenery. Because, you know, secrets, when you take classes, you get crazy secrets. We're going to be coming out with some new kits, but we're going to have a slimline version of some of our kits. And those, to me, have to have background kind of set all over it. What do you think?
Yeah, a lot of slimline cards are like a little scene.
Yes, so that's why I think it'll be great to kind of have those scene ones, especially if you like the slimline. And I think there's a lot to be said for slimline in terms of being creative. There's more room.
Right.
All right, so I'm just kind of following the sample along, and I think that looks very nice. What do you think? Another one down.
You forgot the dots.
You're right. We better do the holographic dots. But I was admiring the sentiment, but I would have forgotten the dots. You must have known that. Did something tell you I was ready to move on?
I'm just here to keep you on track.
All right.
And then you'll do the same for me when I color.
All right. So it is pretty chilly here, but no snow. Is anybody having chill as well? I think today when I was driving in, it was 29 degrees.
Brr.
Yeah, but I like my little vests. They keep me nice and warm. You know what we need? Hot chocolate.
Yeah, so has anyone tried those hot chocolate bombs yet? I have one at home. I haven't tried it yet.
What is it? I don't even know what it is.
Okay, it's like a chocolate shell, and then there's hot chocolate powder in the middle. So you pour hot milk over it, and then it kind of explodes, and you stir it to make your hot cocoa.
Oh, wow. That sounds like something fun. Okay, can I move on to the yellow now?
Okay.
All right. We have the orange and the red done. Now I'm going to finish this off, and then we'll be coloring. How exciting, right? Now, since I have these dots in front of me, I'm going to go ahead and do that first. I'm going to mix it up. So if you're following along with me, I'm throwing you a curve.
Now it's funny because in the video right now, these dots look kind of gold, but they're actually silver, and it's from the light hitting them.
Oh, yeah, they're really pretty. I love them. I love these dots. I just think they are so much better than sequin or beads, and I like that they're flat, but they're shiny. And I like how many you get on a sheet.
You get a lot on a sheet.
I agree. So let's just get that done, and then I just have to finish my sentiment, right?
Right. Now I have to ask you a question I don't know the answer to on here.
Uh-oh, I'm afraid now.
With the add-on kit, they received 1 or 2 of the mini thank you stickers. 1, right?
Right, 1, because there's so many sentiments. So when we priced it out, you didn't necessarily get double of everything. We just, that price was reduced because we didn't have to give you double of everything.
Yeah, you had some extras
so
left over.
It wasn't like 2 times the class, you know what I mean? So you don't always get double. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right. And that's what makes the add-on, you just get to use all your supplies. It's kind of like the same with the add-on card club subscription. You don't get everything because you don't need everything. Right?
Right.
Now, I put that there so I could kind of figure out where to put just a note.
Okay, now you're going all out of order here.
I know. That's how I am. It's just what you love about me, right? It actually drives Jackie crazy. I am much more flexible.
And I like to follow.
Yes, you
step
are
by step.
a rule follower. All right, so this time we're kind of putting it more in a column, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
But I just think, gosh, when you add this, I just can't get over how much I love it. I hope you're all loving it as much. Okay, so now my little dig, get that A out of there, and my E. Do you see anything else? That the S worked out this time, huh?
Looks good.
Okay. All right, so now I just have to add, uh-oh, what did I do? Oh, I already did it. I'm all, hey, I'm missing one of these. I'm
You
thinking,
did small musical notes.
yeah, I was really worried. I'm all, wait a minute. You know, sometimes I worry.
I think you need some more coffee, Kara.
Yes, you're right about that.
Or a hot cocoa bomb.
Is Sigrid on the line today?
I did see her earlier.
Hi, Sigrid. That's my mom. Got to say a shout out to Mom and Grandma, right?
Yes. Hi, Graham.
All right. So there we go. I think that looks good. You know, I might put one down there. I'm going to be a rebel. What do you think about that?
All right.
Okay. All right. So, and I need to even it out. There we go.
Now, I don't know if you knew this, now that you put that one on, but you're supposed to put things on your cards in odds. So you'll notice she's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the little notes here, and 1, 2, 3. And then she's got 3 here and 3 here.
Now, why is that? It just looks better?
Yeah.
To your eye or to everybody's eye?
To everyone's eye.
Okay, class, we now have done so much, and we should stop and give ourselves a pat on the back, because look at this. We have 3 cards all ready to be colored. Aren't they beautiful? Look at that.
They're absolutely stunning. So all that's left is for us to color those main images.
Yep, I agree. So let's go ahead and start our coloring.
All right. So we're going to put these all to the side. All to the side.
Okay.
And first, we need to get out our microfine glitter paper. So you should have the 6x6 sheet here. And if you've taken a class with us before, you know that we have to burnish this glitter paper because it's handmade.
Okay, so before you go on, let's answer Suzanne's question to be quite clear. When you get the add-on, you don't need more sentiments because you have all these sentiments. You don't need more dots because we have all these dots. But what you did get was more glitter paper, more cardstock, more cards and envelopes, and more of the dot paper, as well as another sticker with the musical notes. So therefore, instead of paying another, was this kit $29.99? $19.99. You only had to pay $9.99 additional to get the add-on. So if you don't need some of the things, we're helping you use up what's in here already. That's what the add-on is about, is giving you the parts to keep making another 3 cards.
Right.
Does that make sense, Jackie?
Makes sense to me.
Okay. If you still have questions, we could do it offline, Suzanne, okay?
Yeah, just send us a private message. We'll clear that up. Okay, so first thing we need to do is rub. Now I'm going to try not to do it too hard because I don't want to shake the camera. But we're just going over the whole paper with our hand.
I think we should make everyone seasick.
No, I vote no. If you want to be seasick, well, you can do some circles, okay? Spin around.
Yeah, there we go.
Spinning your chair. Okay, so the reason we have to burnish is because this is handmade by the Krazy Krew. So that gets some of the extra glitter off, and it also breaks up the crystals, so the glitter paper actually gets shinier. So after that, what I like to do is just take my paper, tap it off, we're ready to go.
Okay, perfect. I love that. I love how shiny it is. Very nice.
And you either have warm or cool. Warm has a gold sparkle, cool has a blue sparkle. Let us know which one you think you have.
Is that a test?
It's a test. It's a pop quiz.
Okay.
Okay, so next thing we need is our musical notes outline sticker. So what we're going to do is we're going to peel these off of the sheet and stick them on the glitter paper, and I think we should do all of them at once. So I'm going to peel.
Now I noticed that those things are all stuck together in the frame. That's kind of nice.
Yeah, so this is all one piece. And I love that it's a square. It makes it so easy.
It's an easy cut.
Yes. So I'm just placing mine in the corner. Now, if you want to avoid trimming 2 of these sides, you could have lined it up against the edge of the paper. I'm not going to worry about that though.
Because I have to cut it out.
Yep.
I know you're thinking.
Okay, so now I'm going to take my second one and peel that. And I'm going to repeat. And you can use 2 hands to do this, or 1. I like to do a sweeping motion until it's where I like. Then you just release it, and it relaxes into place. And we have 1 more to go.
So a nice thing is you don't have to be straight because you're going to cut it out. And if you don't like your placement or you got a wrinkle in it, you can pick it back up on the glitter paper, right?
Yeah, notice how I haven't rubbed them down yet, so I can pick them back up. Alright, so I think I'm just going to go here. Well, that's good. Okay.
And look at that, you have all this extra.
You have extra. So now I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to press them down.
So this is where you could use a brayer tool. I think we have one in here. You want me to get it? Or
it's all the way over there, so no.
Okay, but we do have the brayers coming back.
Yeah, they are coming back.
Finally, we waited a long time.
A brayer is a tool that you like roll over your paper and it adds pressure. Okay, so you're just going to go around each image with your fingers, and we're actually going to do one more step to make sure these are really down. So now I'm going to grab a marker. You can also grab a bone folder.
No, you don't want to use our markers.
Okay.
Because I put stickers on them and the sticker will come off.
Oh.
Okay.
So I'm just going to flip my paper over then, and I'm going to rub the back.
Right. That is correct. So if you bought the Rite Art markers, we noticed that the ink does tend to come off, so we created a sticker.
Oh, the ink on the cap.
Yeah, the ink on the cap. So we have a sticker, and mine all have those beautiful stickers, and I got to tell you, I'm loving it because I can read the numbers really well.
Okay.
You know, us older people need help.
And we'll just show you what it looks like. That's the white version of the sticker.
Yeah, I love it.
All right, so which one should we do first? We're ready to color now.
Whichever one you want. So I would put a sample, and you want me to put the sample on this side? And yeah. You should zoom in.
Let's do red.
Okay?
Okay, we're going to start with the red card.
And you need to zoom.
I got it.
Here we go. We're zooming in, so that you all can see. All right.
All right, so this one is the one I'm going to color. So now we need to get out our markers.
Okay.
So for the red card, we need R25, R17, R03, and 00. Okay, so with this technique, we're making an ombre. And ombre means really dark to light. Okay, so we're going to start with our darkest color first and make our way to the light. So in this case, the darkest color is R25. Now if you don't have an R25, you could actually also use a brown.
Right, so that E28, but then you could put just a little bit of red on. If you mix red and the R17 and E28, it makes like a red brown.
Right.
But we're using R25, which is already mixed for us.
Yes, so it's a really nice rich red. I don't know if you can see that.
Probably right.
There we go.
There we go.
Okay, so the dark in this image is coming from this area down here. Now another nice thing about our vinyl outline stickers is you can color right over the image. So I'm going from a diagonal and I'm creating little flicking strokes. Can you all see that?
Yeah, and I hear the squeak.
Yes. I really like to make mine into flicking strokes.
Don't worry what it looks like right now. The main thing is just getting the color down, right?
Right. So how much of this color do we want? We want to cover about a quarter. So if you divided it up diagonally, it's about a quarter of the image.
Yes, so it looks good. So about a little bit higher than this little curved part, and then down here. Think of it like a diagonal.
Yes. Now because we didn't have any ink on there before we started, we need to work a little bit faster. So now the next color is R17. And we're just going to go where that dark red ended and do the same flicking motions. So I'm going over those feathery dark reds. And I'm going to stop when I'm about halfway across the image.
Wow, that's looking so cool. Now I would like to say for everybody that the color of the ink when it's wet does change to when it's dry, right?
Right.
So you may, once this is dry, I think it becomes a little bit more of an orangey-ish red.
Yeah. All right, so there's where we are right now.
I'm going to grab this cap so people can see.
And then our next color is R03. Okay. Now it looks like we have some questions, so I'm going to hand it over to Kara.
Okay, sounds good to me.
All right, R03.
All right, so a couple questions. Are there...
Hold on, I'm just going to do the same thing. So we're taking our R03 and we're doing those flicking motions.
Okay, so I do notice you're just going to where the other color ended, right?
Yes.
All right, so what scissors do we use here? Do we still recommend? Yes, we like the Tim Holtz Fussy Cutting scissors. They have been out of stock. We do have the bigger ones, but we love them because they have a serrated edge, but they always work well with all of our glitter paper, right?
Right.
And so that is what these are, just to kind of interrupt for a minute. And we love them. We have them on back order and we're waiting for them to come back in. I guess he changed brands of who makes these, so we're waiting. Okay?
Okay, so now I'm on my last color. So I need to keep working because I need the ink to be wet.
Okay, what's your last color?
So this is 00. So we're just going to go to where that R03 ended and just kind of go over those strokes to blend it in so we don't see the strokes. Okay, so you might have some streakiness in your image where I'm actually going to go over my colors one more time, so don't worry if that is what happened to you too.
Yes, if you take our shading technique class, you'll know that rarely the first time, especially like something like this, do we like it. We always seem to go back.
Right, so I'm going to go through the same process again with a lighter hand while Kara answers the questions.
Okay, so you're going to start, just so we're all clear, back with the dark color and work your way back up, right?
Correct.
Okay, so now it's time to fine-tune your coloring. Jackie is working with that darker color, R25. She'll be going to R17. So people keep asking us this one general question, and to be honest with you, I'm not sure what the answer is. They want a Copic conversion of our Rite Art. And the thing is, we did do that for the basic 24 colors, which we use in all of our card kits. But when it comes to the rest of the colors, that's a big undertaking. And I simply haven't had time, nor do I know if that's something we are going to do. I know that a lot of you would like that. So the best thing for now that I would suggest, which is what I would do, is I would take, look at the color chart that we're using online. We have all 140, right, of the Rite Art. See what the color looks like, and then see what your colors of the other two were on there, the R17 and the R03. We gave you those colors, and then try to guess, based on the color chart, what would work in your Copic supply. So this one, it's a brownish red, which, if I had to remember, was R59-ish, okay? And,
or R89.
Or R89. Both of those colors are very similar in Copic. So that's the one that I would use.
Okay, so now we have our finished image. I like it a lot better that second time. I don't know if you've noticed that while you're working on yours, but it made a huge difference. One thing I want to do before I move on to our next one is clean the tip of our 0 marker. So if you have a piece of scratch paper, it would be a good idea to just wipe your tip on scratch paper.
Absolutely, and we always have a piece of scrap paper, so that you just want to kind of do a little circle or a blot, 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 whatever works for you. The main thing is do that until you see that it's clear again. The last thing you want to do, especially if you were doing the yellow, is bring the red over to the yellow, right?
Right.
Okay, that's gorgeous, Jackie. How did everyone out there do? Good?
I think it looks so fun.
It does look fun. I'm wondering, how is the class doing?
All right, so I'm going to start pulling out the markers for the orange. So I don't have the paper, but I believe we need the R17.
Yes, R17, YR18, YR01, and 0, 0. So now all of these are converted on that Copic chart, and so the R17, YR18, YR01 are all on that chart.
So we only switched out 2 colors.
Now I believe Suzanne, by the way, do you like to see my phone in there? I believe Suzanne has gone ahead and put together a Spectrum Noir, what she thinks are the equivalent colors. So she's offered to let us have it, but I have to say I'm relying on Suzanne because we don't have Spectrum Noir here. But maybe it's a good starting point. So
yeah, thank you for doing that.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay, so we have our orange colors up. Are there any other comments?
No.
Okay, so I'm going to move my paper, so I'm going to work on this top one here.
Although Karen is asking if we have extra kits, yes, we have extra kits. Not just the kit with the add-on is sold out, but the kit that makes 3 that we're doing right now, yes, we do. We have a few extra.
Okay, so for this orange one, we're actually going to work our way from the red to the dark orange to the light orange to the 0, 0. So let's do it.
All right, let's. Now I gotta say, I think the red was the hardest out of all of them, and the yellow is the easiest. So you kind of made it hard so they get their feet wet and then end on a good note, huh?
Yeah.
Get it? Good note.
You're so funny.
Come on, everybody. Okay. Humor.
By the way, if you're still not quite happy with your red, let it dry, come back to it later. You can add more dark colors. Okay, so we're moving on to the orange with the R17. So, same direction. We're going to start in the lower left corner. We're going to make those flick or feathery strokes. Don't worry about it the first time around.
Okay, so Suzanne has corrected our information. She has done a Copic to a Spectrum Noir conversion chart.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I'll have to work on the Copic one, and if I get a Copic one, then Suzanne can convert it to the Spectrum Noir because I don't have those. Would that be okay with you, Suzanne?
All right, so now I'm moving on to YR18, which is the dark orange. So again, we're just going to color where that red stopped.
That orange is stunning.
I love it. You know, when I was younger, I never liked orange. Now I like it.
I like it with the aqua or turquoise.
Oh, those are the colors on our website.
I know, I like it. Good thing. And gray.
Yeah, I'm gray. All right, so one thing I'm noticing is when I do the flicking motion, it kind of forgets to fill in a spot here and there, so you can just go back in and fill in all that white spots if you have any. Okay, so now YR01, that's the light orange. And we're gonna do the same. It's a lot of rinsing and repeating here, but that means that it's easy, right?
Absolutely. And don't forget, you guys, you can replay our video as many times as you'd like. We know that there are people who aren't on right now and they can play later. So if you ever have a class with a conflict, just know that our video classes are available for rewatching.
Yes. Although the best thing about the classes is being live with us.
I agree. Live is really nice too.
All right, so last color on this image is the colorless blender, which is 00. Now they call it a colorless blender, but it actually doesn't blend. How weird.
Yes, it's more of an eraser tool, but what you're doing is you're erasing that line between the white and the light orange.
All right, so once again, I'm gonna start over from the dark to the light, and I'm just gonna go over it one more time with a lighter hand.
Jackie, I just have to say these are stunning. Great job.
Thank you. Okay, so R17, you may not need a lot of R17, just so you know. That's already pretty red. Just fill in any spots if you see it. Then YR18.
I notice you're not putting the caps back on the pens as you're using them, so they don't dry out, right?
They won't dry out because I'm only leaving the caps off for a few minutes, so.
I mean, that just seems so much easier than putting them on and off.
It is, especially since we're coloring kind of quickly here because we don't want the ink to dry. That is what allows us to blend better.
Now this glitter paper is super friendly too, right?
Yes, so it is so easy to blend on here, a lot easier than blending cardstock, although we are practicing that in our coloring series.
We are, and we are starting to go to bigger images once we learn a technique. So we hope that you will join us with our coloring series. They are once a month, and we learn on glitter paper and blending paper how to blend these alcohol ink markers.
All right, so now that I'm done with my 00, don't forget, clean it off on your scratch paper. Do your scribbles, do your circles, tap, tap, tap. And I love that orange one. I think I like the orange better than the red.
I think that is gorgeous. I like them both, but they are stunning.
Okay, 2 down and 1 to go. How is everybody doing out there?
Yes, how is everyone doing? They're very, very quiet on their work time.
Okay, I'm just putting all the caps back on my markers.
Oh, we got a thumbs up. Yay. For somebody, if you're just starting out coloring, I will tell you dark colors like red or purple are very difficult to blend in the beginning. Lighter colors like yellow, which is coming up, or even orange, tend to be easier. All right, so for the yellow, you're going to want the YR18, Y10, E40, and then the colorless blender. And again, all of those have a conversion on our website.
All right, so and if you don't have the Rite Arts, you want a dark orange, a dark yellow, a light yellow, and the colorless blender.
Isn't this just beautiful that you know how to do ombre? Just think you can stun your friends and family and fellow crafters with your ombre technique, right?
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to move these over because we're going to do yellow, right?
Yes, yellow right there. Okay, so you probably know this by now, but we're going to start with the darkest color, and that is orange. Now, if you look on the sample, it doesn't look orange. It just looks like a gold and yellow, but it's actually orange. Okay, so we're going to start with the YR18. Again, lower left corner.
Yep, I think everybody's probably just concentrating, and the third one will be a charm for sure, right?
Yeah. Third one will be the breeze, the easy one.
Now, a couple things that I would like to say is, you know, if you are not happy, be careful how many times you go over when it's still wet, because you will lift the glitter, or if you're on blending cardstock, you'll wear a hole, right?
Yeah, you don't want to oversaturate your paper. That's why I recommend you let it dry a little before doing the second layer. Okay, so now we're doing the dark yellow, the Y10. And when you blend these two colors, oh my goodness.
Gorgeous.
Love it.
It reminds me of a tropical drink.
Which one?
Mai Tai or sunrise tequila or whatever those are called.
Kara, have you ever had a tequila sunrise?
Nope. But I've seen them. I like those pina coladas, okay?
All right, so I'm just doing the dark yellow. Don't do too much on here.
Yes, Tabitha's telling me that her 9-year-old daughter is coloring, but she can't quite get a picture in yet. But that is so cool to have young artists involved. I think that's wonderful.
Another mother-daughter?
Yeah, another mother-daughter. Woo.
Okay, now we're on the E40. Now, who knows what the E on E40 means?
I do, but I'm waiting to see. So instead of it being another B, which
Y.
What?
Why? Oh,
Another B like blue, or BYG blue, or BGY blue gray, or blue green. There's just too many B's, so it's really earth, everybody. E is for earth, which is another one for brown.
Yeah, this is actually a shade of brown, so that's why it has the E for earth. But the E40 actually looks like a light yellow.
Yes, it's a very light yellow.
All right, so now we're on to the colorless blender. So I'm just gonna make sure those little strokes blend in.
I wonder if people like our chitter chatter.
Okay, we're gonna work our way.
It's like watching the TV. Good thing we don't sing, because they would definitely not like my singing.
All right, we're gonna work our way from dark to light again. If you like how yours turned out the first time, then you can skip this step.
Yeah, and again, don't do it a third time before you let it dry. I mean, you can add layers, but you do need to let it dry a little bit, or like I said, you will wear a hole in that glitter, and you don't want to do that. And it's the same with cardstock. You have to let it dry a little bit between each color.
Yeah, and the second time I go around, it's a lot less pressure, just so you know, okay? Less pressure. Okay, I'm on the E40. That's the part I need to blend the best right here.
That was your biggest challenge?
Yeah.
A lot of people like our chitter chatter, apparently.
Yay. All right, now I'm on the 0, which I put my cap on, and I don't know why. Why did I do that?
Yeah, you know, I think if we're not talking, people may not know that we're here, right?
Well,
although they see your hand.
They have the marker streaks.
Yeah.
Little squeaky.
I think that is gorgeous. I love it. It's beautiful.
I love all of them, but I would love to know which one was your favorite to color.
And again, remember, as they dry, they are going to take on a little bit different personality. And when you put them up against the paper, I think it's also going to look a little different, don't you?
Yes, it will.
Okay, so Jackie, I think this is the part where we let people kind of finish at their own pace. We've walked you through, and the only thing really left to do in this whole class is to cut out these images on your glitter paper and to put them on the guts, right?
Yes, so that is really easy. You're just going to trim them out. You can go around the outside of the image with the black marker and then adhere it on your card. All right, so we're going to move our camera so you can see our smiling faces.
We are still here. Yay, we're here. We had a lot of fun.
We sure did. We would love to know if you enjoyed this class, and you can always give it a thumbs up or a heart on the video. We love to see those. But before we go, we have a challenge.
We always have a challenge because we like to give prizes and we want to motivate your creativity here.
Yes, and don't forget, you could submit these cards for the January Coloring Challenge in our Krazy Kreations Crafting Groupies group.
And you can almost get a twofer, right?
Yeah, 2 challenges at once.
So what's our challenge for the class?
The challenge for the class is to finish your cards, take a picture, and put it on our Crafting Groupies group.
Absolutely. And there's going to be a hashtag, and the hashtag is how you enter to win a prize.
Yes, so the hashtag is Music Note Challenge, okay?
Okay, so not to confuse you, you can almost enter them twice. So you can enter it in the groupies, which is Krazy Kreation Crafting Groupies, without the hashtag. And then you can enter it again, maybe take a different type of photo, enter it again in there with the hashtag, and you have 2 chances to win.
Okay, I'm confused.
I know. I can see that on your face.
Okay, let me try to explain, okay? So, you can enter the 30-day coloring challenge and the class challenge. All you have to do is take a picture of your cards, upload it to our Krazy Kreations Crafting Groupies group, and you can actually put 2 hashtags on the one picture.
Okay.
So, first hashtag is Music Note Challenge. Second hashtag is Krazy Kreations 30 Day.
Does that give them 2 entries then? One for the coloring and one for the class?
Yes.
Okay, so that's even better. 1 picture, 2 hashtags, 2 chances to win. I love it.
So for the class challenge, you have 1 week. For the 30-day coloring challenge, we're going to announce the winners at the end of the month.
Okay, that sounds perfect, and I think we had so much fun. Now, if you want more shading techniques, join our monthly coloring technique. This month is Shading Pinks, and that is next Saturday, so it's not too late to kind of get your kit out. We'll try to rush it off as soon as we can. We are using pinks, which is RV11, 15, 18, and then G00 and 13. And let me tell you, it is stunning. And we're going to put, I think, a link at the bottom of these comments.
Yes, so if it's not too late to join the coloring series Shading Pinks class, that is next Saturday.
Okay, so if you're joining us later in the afternoon for the next class, we'll see you then. If not, have a wonderful weekend and be super creative. My name's Kara.
And I'm Jackie, and thanks for joining us today.
Bye.